TJ Maxx is now going viral, probably for the first time ever. This was a really, really interesting saga. Two black women were inside of TJ Maxx. They were shopping. They were obviously racially profiled. They purchased their items. They walk out, and then a police officer who looked like a detective, not even a uniformed cop, decides to stop them, make them go back in the store, and prove that they purchased what they actually purchased. Let's go to the first video.
What happened?
He's gonna sit up there and he's gonna stop us. He's gonna stop us outside and say somebody called on us that we were suspicious. So I came back in with my receipt and everything on it that I bought my. Why would I steal from TJ Maxx?
What is TJ Maxx? Not a goddamn thing.
And then he gets in here and say nobody called on you guys.
So he just said outside. You said, why did you stop me? You said because I'm black. He said a black person called on you. That's what you said.
The black person that called on her?
Where's she at? Where's he at?
That's the only black brother that work here.
You're the black brother that they accused.
I didn't know we got accused her.
He just said the only black man.
Nobody? No.
Y'all don't shop at the store. I'm telling you. Especially we got brown skin.
They white. We black.
Yeah, it's a difference. It's always a difference.
Let me explain this to you.
Y'all look at all the cars that came for us.
So they had multiple police cars there. The police officer claimed that somebody black actually called them to the scene. How would he know that as a police officer? He's not 911 dispatch. I have no idea how he knows this information, but he claimed somebody black and a black male called him there or called the police. Well, TJ Maxx, the management said, no, nobody called you. Nobody accused them of stealing. And when you look at this video fully, it's a long video, the police officer literally made them go through each bag multiple times in front of the clerk. The clerk then said, listen, they have stolen nothing. The individuals got upset. They said, return all my items. Give me a refund on everything. You damn right. Get a refund. And show TJ Maxx that when you have out of control policing like this, it hurts their own commerce. So they need to step up and be aggressive against policing like this. The police officer at another point even said, you need to go in your car and let me look at the other bags. And there was a man standing by. He said, you do not need to do that for him. This store has not accused you of stealing. Farron, your thoughts?
I think what people need to understand is that when we talk about things like systemic racism, this is the kind of thing we're talking about, okay? This undercover officer, detective, whatever the hell he is, he holds these beliefs. He sees, black women in a store. Obviously, they're stealing. That is immediately the conclusion that this man came to. And unfortunately, he is in a position of authority as a police officer to make these women's lives hell and humiliate them in front of the entire store, which is exactly what happened. But this is systemic. It is ingrained into the system. And that's what has to be rooted out. That's what we have to get rid of. That's why we have to remake this entire police force in the United States. Because this, there's maybe one incident here, but it's one out of God knows how many that happen every single day across this country because it is systemic. Yeah. And this is the kind of thing that the Republicans want us to pretend, no, it doesn't exist, it's a one-off. No, it's not. This is the way things are, and this one just happened to be caught on camera.
There are some nuances here quite staggering. One thing the cop says is that a black male is the person who called me. As if somehow that makes his actions more justifiable, even though he's completely wrong. And remember, this is what we call a bad search because there is no accusation of theft. TJ Maxx confirmed, not only did the management confirm in real time on that video, the employees confirmed in real time in the moment. No one has accused them of stealing. Nobody believes they shoplifted anything. So this police officer is acting on his own. And I think once he started to act on his own and he realized that he was being recorded, he decided to stick with the narrative that was false. And what was that narrative? That a black person is the person who called me. Man, who in the hell would say that as a police officer? Out of everything you've heard a cop say, have you ever heard a police officer try to justify their presence somewhere if they are there legitimately? Have they ever said, oh, we're here because a black person called us? Never. That lets me know this cat is lying. This is my opinion. I don't believe anything he's saying because his excuse is dumb as hell. What are your thoughts, man?
Well, I have more questions about that too. Okay, when the person called you, did they say, yes, hello, I'm a black man, and I need to report a crime? That's not a thing that happens. And if he did get this mystery phone call, is he just assuming the person's black based on the way they're speaking to him? Because wow, you've just opened a new can of worms here with how you act as a human being. The guy's lying. Look, it's very obvious the guy's lying, and of course the other officer outside the store is like, listen, no, you can't just stop. I mean, the other guy had to rein him in, had to tell him, no, you can't do this. There's nothing here. And the store clerks are doing that. The manager's doing that. Everybody there saw who this guy was. And that's why it's great that there's video of this so that the rest of the country, the world, can see who this guy really is. Because that is one of the only ways we get people to focus on it, is to make it to where they cannot turn away. And this video is just another great example of that.
Here's what else I need. I need TJ Maxx to come out with a statement before the end of this week. And I need them to stand with the consumers who were purchasing items from their store. I need them to stand against this racial profiling, and I need them to be bold about it. And I'm glad these customers returned the items. Obviously, we get it. TJ Maxx did not create the scene. TJ Maxx did not call the police according to the management and the employees. But TJ Maxx now has a responsibility, in my opinion, to stand up for their customers and stand against this bad policing and racial profiling. So we will see what happens. How TJ Maxx responds will tell the rest of the tale for me.
I agree. I mean, TJ Maxx does have this responsibility. Hopefully they understand it, and hopefully too, hopefully they're telling the truth. Hopefully they weren't the ones that made a call, because if they were, it all eventually comes out. So again, if they're being honest, if their story is legit, then yes, they still have an obligation to these women to come out even more, to protect them, to apologize as profusely as possible, and to issue a statement that this kind of behavior in the store, like we saw from the officer, will not stand. We do not condone it, and we will not allow it. You can't just apologize for the one event. You have to let people know this isn't gonna happen again. This isn't who we are. It's not what we stand for. So we'll wait and see, unfortunately. I hate playing the wait and see game, but that's where we are right now with them.
Yeah, we'll stay on top of it.